Galileo also says hi. Say hi. Look. Today I just wanted to rant, so I decided to talk about what it's like being alternative and living in the hood. This is just kind of what it's like being labeled as like the weird or the white black girl, which has always been super fun. I definitely love being called that. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about my experiences. As you can see, I am an alternative person. I, have the piercings and the makeup and the dyed hair and the tattoos and the clothes. And I listen to the music and I do the things. I wasn't always this though. I used to be Christian girl aesthetic, that type of vibe.
OMG, this was me exactly 3 years ago. Oh my god.
One day I just woke up and decided to descend into madness, I guess. No, I'm kidding. I've always had a fascination with alternative subculture ever since I was a kid. I remember I would watch like teen comedies or coming of age movies, and every time there was like a goth person they would show for like a millisecond walking on the schoolyard, I'd be like, oh my god, they're written so cool. And I was always obsessed with the characters like Jade from Victorious and Gwen from Total Drama Island. In middle school is when I really started to get into the music, and I started to, I guess, just like explore some more weird things, 'cause I had a lot of weird friends. I kind of just naturally befriended all of the other weird and like other queer and neurodivergent kids. I just really decided in middle school that like this is what I wanted to be.
Well, that's what I'm gonna be when I grow up.
A complete weirdo and do a bunch of stuff that my family would not approve of. It didn't happen quickly. It was a very slow transformation because I used to stay in a very, very, very religious household, and being like 14, 15, I was not allowed to look like this, so I had to just, do whatever I could to try to present the way that I wanted to. In 7th grade, I had an all-black uniform. I might have had like combat boots for like the very first time in 7th grade. I finally convinced my parents to let me dye my hair. I had like green hair that was like permed and falling out. I looked like a mess, but I was really, really happy because I was expressing myself. And so over time, I started to really change my wardrobe. Not having a uniform anymore when I went to high school really helped me with that, because I kind of went from wearing like only hand-me-downs or like church clothes to actually starting to accumulate more of an alternative wardrobe, experimenting with different makeup styles as well. For makeup, I used to wear like very, very natural makeup because I was never really allowed to wear. Being 18, which is the age that I am right now, currently, as of filming this, I can do my makeup how I want, and I can tattoo myself if I want to, and I can get piercings and stuff, and I can wear ripped up little clothes, and it's fine. I'm just trying to turn myself into more and more of a person that, like, if my 14-year-old self was looking at me, she'd be like, oh my god, that person looks so cool. And that's honestly all that I strive for in life. But where I live, people don't usually dress like this. People are always looking at me when I walk outside. People are always kind of one of three ways. They either look at me and think, oh wow, you look cool, or oh my god, where's my holy water? Or they look at me and they're like, you know what they say about goth girls. I actually don't know what they say about goth. When you dress in a different type of way, like you're naturally gonna have people coming up to you. I always have like attention around me, even though it's pretty unwarranted. A lot of the times people interpret me dressing the way that I dress as an invitation to talk. Like, people will look at me and they'll assume that I'm like extroverted, or they'll assume that like I exist to be asked questions. Like, it's really weird. Like, even the most well-meaning people just randomly come up to me and they'll just like start talking, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, I love getting interactions like this where people are just genuinely nice to me when they see me in the way that I look. They're like, you know, you look so cool, or wow, like you look so different. I like the way that you dress. That's always really nice to see. But a lot of the time it ends up coming off really rude. The way in which they ask the questions, like instead of saying like, oh my gosh, I like the way that you dress, can I ask why you have this particular style? They'll say stuff like, so what's up with you? Like, what's going on here? Like, what's the deal with this? And it's just like, nothing.
Why are you like this?
Or they'll be like, so you're like making a political statement, right? And it's like, on one hand, yes, being, you know, part of alternative subcultures is about like non-conformity, and there is like a political side to it and like making a statement. But also, on the other hand, this is just the way that I like to dress. And sometimes I get people that'll just give me weird stares, especially when I'm in like trad goth makeup.
I'm scared. I don't know what was that, guys.
People will stare at me like I just crawled out of the deepest, darkest, hottest crevice of Satan's ass.
What now?
They look at me like I'm a literal demon, and I just watch them and I look at the genuine fear behind their eyes, and I just think to myself, guys, it is not that serious. Disclaimer, I don't worship the devil. I just look like this, but I'm not scary. I don't even think that like my particular look is that extreme. Like, I've seen other alternative people who have like way more like extreme looks than me, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I think that those people look sick. Like, I promise I'm not gonna like start summoning demons to come after you and your children. There was this one time I was at the mall with some of my friends, and there's this guy who was handing out these little Christian pamphlets, and he walked over to one of my friends and he handed them one of the pamphlets, and he was like, do you know Jesus Christ? And he just like started talking on and on about like God and how people need to be saved and like be redeemed, and he was trying to get them to like come to their church and stuff. And he was going based off solely off of people's appearances. And you want to know how I know? Because he also walked up to me, and this is how he looked at me. And he was about to hand me one. Like, I saw him like reaching into the pocket of his jacket, and he was about to pull one out, but I guess he decided to like scan me one more time, and he saw that I was wearing a cross, and he was like, have a good day. I guess he was like, she's obviously demonic, let me give her this pamphlet. Oh, never mind, false alarm. And there's like the third type of way that people act, which is just to fetishize me, basically. And it's just gross. I like goth girls. Y'all some freaks. Not me. Not I. You're looking in the wrong place, my friend. It's one thing to have a preference for a certain type of person, like that's fine. But it's another thing when you like go out of your way to like go up to them and involve them in this like weird fantasy of yours. That's never gonna happen. I think that I can speak on behalf of all the goth girls when I say this. Crusty men, weirdos, creeping around, we don't want you.
Deadass.
So yeah, that's just some of my experiences being alternative in the hood. This is just one aspect of what it's like just being seen as weird or white, because that's also just like an association that inevitably pops into people's heads when they look at me and they see this. They think she's weird, like she's into weird stuff, or they think, oh, she's trying to be white. Those are like assumptions that people have made about me throughout my entire life. Like, even before I started presenting like this, I just wish that people would see me more as a person sometimes and not just like a talking point or not just an object to sexualize or not, you know, a demon. That would be great. It does get kind of old sometimes, but I guess that's just the cross you have to bear when you're alternative in the hood. I don't know if I'm using that phrase correctly. I actually don't know what that means. If I used it wrong, just ignore that, okay? Thank you for watching this if you did. I hope that you have a good day. And yeah, maybe I'll see you in the next video. Bye.